my house to get breakfast, and I told Oaks I should beat his ass, and Oaks was like, "Yeah." He had just, I think it might have been his senior year, and he was like, "Yeah, you're crippled, and I'm just coming off a eight win streak wrestling or something, you know." And I told him he was too little, and I'd fucking pulverize him or something. And then maybe it was Bob that was there. Then I could have swore it was you though. My mom made us breakfast and shit. You weren't there when we picked him up. Went to the house.
No, I think it was you and Bob or somebody else.
Nah, it was Bob then. So I uh I
I remember the whole story though. I was told the story.
yeah. I'm trying to
Somebody
remember.
got choke slammed in the driveway or something.
Yeah, it was not in the driveway, but you know, like when you're walking up to my house on that cement, like the little narrow pathway.
Yeah, because
So
one of them said they weren't going or something after they promised
yeah, yep. And
or
then I had to
something.
pick
I
him up.
can't remember.
It was Oaks, yeah, one of them, yeah. 'Cause I had to pick him up or something, and he was mad. And I told them they were going, and Oaks was like, let's wrestle for it, you know." And he's like, "If I beat you wrestling, you know, I'm not going or something." And I said, "Okay." And then like we locked up, and then I just picked him up and fucking slammed him on his head. And then he probably was concussed because he was just sitting there kind of glaring at me, you know. Then I rolled around and got him in a chokehold, and he was crying. I mean, he was fucking just crying, you know. And that's what it was. They didn't want to go. And I stood up and I looked at Clay or whichever. I think it was Clay who I said, "Clay, are you going or not?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm going." I'm like, "All right." And then off we went.
Did Oaks go?
Yeah, they both went. Yeah. Oaks had a fucking contusion on his head. A big knot on his head. Yeah, they went.
What was it for? They were just meeting with Ryder or something, weren't
Yeah,
they?
for the first time, dude. Like I'd been bugging Ryder forever, and Ryder was like, "No, no, no, no." And then finally, he was like, "Okay, fine," you know, just because we've been cool since Ryder knew me since I was like 5, you know. He's like, "All right, fine, you know, I'll see these guys." And then Oaks didn't want to go, you know, because he was messing with some chick, you know. I think it was what's her name? What's that one girl's name?
Uh,
Camila or something, or
who?
the one girl you liked.
Who?
She's like younger. She's the one that Oaks dated for a while. Camila or what was her name?
Um,
She was kind of pretty, but she's probably fat now. Ryder
yeah,
ended up Ryder
I
ended up
know.
hooking up with her.
Did he?
Yeah, that's why they quit talking. Ryder got her drunk or something and raped her.
I don't remember her name, but I know who you're talking about.
She was like a grade or two under us.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, but I don't remember her name.
Thought it was Camila. She had like dark hair. She looked like she could have been maybe Mexican, but she wasn't.
What?
Yeah, she was just dark skinned. She'd always tan. The fuck was her name?
Maybe we're not talking about the same person.
Nah, we are. I think she had a mole on her face, like a tiny mole. I think she was Julie's friend, man. I know her. It's like the only girl he ever dated.
Mm,
He dated her
I think
forever.
I'm not. I don't think we're talking about the same person.
She went to Central.
Uh, I don't know. I remember that girl from Freeland or whatever.
No, this girl went to Central. You would know her, bro. You were always like flirting with her, and they would get mad. But I think I would too a few times. God, what is her name? Yeah, dude, Oaks is a fucking scum, bro. He's a scum. I knew it. I knew he was. Oh, man, I remember I went into his house, dude, and it was when he first
You
moved
mean
in.
Tim's house?
Tim's house, yeah, is when he first
Uh,
moved in there, and he was renting it. And Courtney's like, "Yeah, he's downstairs sleeping." So I go down there, and he's got that thing over his head, just like that, you know. And he's like laying there, and there's like a bowl of cereal. So I like grabbed something, like he might have had like one of those, like a cat toy, like one of those feather cat toys or something, like down, like with the stick on it. So I hid behind the couch and I kept rubbing his nose with it, you know. he kept he kept flicking it, you know. He kept like, and then like as he woke up, he's like, "Fucking stop!" He's like, Wait, he's like, you do that one more time, I'm fucking beating your ass, you know? Like, I think he thought it was like, I don't know who he thought it was. So I did it one more time and he jumped up and he's like, that's it. And then I'm like, that's it. Okay, let's go. And he's like, oh, what's that? He changed his tune real quick. He changed his tune real quick. He's like, oh! And I was like, I thought you were going to beat my ass. And he's like, oh, I thought you were just, one of my kids or whatever, And I'm like, isn't his kids all girls? He's going to really beat his girl's ass, But that's what I was thinking in my head. But yeah, dude, he's a rat, bro. He's always been a rat.
Yeah. He's
Remember,
still in the. What the hell? How he gained like 300 pounds?
he's fat as fuck, dude. I want to beat his ass with this cane. I'm
I
serious,
do.
dude.
I do too. But
Crack
who
that shit
wants to
over his
get?
head just one time, bro.
Who wants to get an assault charge for him though?
Dude, I'll just crack the cane over his head and then I'll leave. I'll leave Michigan and say I was in Arizona the whole time and then say he's lying. You know,
But what happens if you don't have an alibi?
I'll find one. I mean, he's gotten out of everything, so karma's coming. You know what I mean? Remember when we sat? Remember when I think you were like 19 or 20, and when he ripped you off. Remember we were trying to chase him down, and we sat outside his house, and he would like never come. That White House or whatever. We were waiting for him.
Yeah, man. I'd like to break the cane over his head to be honest.
I can't even believe
Man,
he.
how come you didn't? Nobody said anything when we were at the wedding.
I
When the
don't even think
guys
I
ripping
saw him.
Timmy off. Yeah, he was sitting in the back corner. You just didn't see the pics that Ruff posted in the chat?
Yeah, I saw the pics of the house, but I didn't.
No, Ruff Ruff posted pics of
Let
from
me
Bob's
look.
wedding.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was Clay. It wasn't Oaks.
No, so because I said something to him like, "Oh, I'll come talk to you later," and I never did.
Oh, was that Oaks?
Yeah, it was Oaks. He like
When
said
the
something about my
when was
long hair,
Bob's
and I said,
when was Bob's wedding? Do you remember?
2022 fall.
Oh, it had to have been when I heard about him robbing had Timmy. It had to have been after that then, because
Well,
I
look at
would
him
have.
in that photo. He
Yeah,
looks like he's 55.
maybe it was Oaks. Remember, I did see Oaks come up, but I don't think at the time I had any. I knew about it yet or had any beef with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I think at that point I had heard the story of him getting ripped off, but it wasn't fresh on my mind at the wedding. And
Yeah, I
him
don't.
about not paying rent, but or maybe it was after. I don't know, because like I
And
said, I don't remember
I think
timelines well right now.
Timmy had to have told me afterwards because I would have walked up to him and said something to him. No
Yeah, I
one,
think
you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't. Yeah, it must have been after. It must have been
It it,
2 years ago, 23.
it had to have been because I would have said something. I would have said something sharp to Oaks. You know what I mean? Like I would have been like, "Man, you're a bitch for that," or something.
Yeah, I know. That's why I know that would have happened.
So that's
Cause
why it had to have been after because I love saying shit to those guys. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because they fuck with anybody but me. You know what I mean? Like they'll try to rip anybody off, but they never tried to get me. You know what I mean? So I can't believe they try. I mean, I can't believe they would try to rip Timmy off. I mean, they must have known more. They must know Timmy better than I do because I thought Timmy would have a little bit of a backbone about it. You know what I mean? Because he can get like possessed about things.
yeah, yeah. Like even if he didn't really care because he's making so much money, I
That's
figured he'd still do something. Fucking.
yeah. That's it's got to be the fact that he's making so much money that he don't give a
If
fuck.
I was a millionaire, I'd still do something. I'd probably do something. Probably be more likely to do something. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a brick through his window because I'll just go fight it in court.
Yeah. One thing I can tell you about Timmy though is he's afraid of getting in any type of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like Timmy's always been the way where he doesn't want to do anything because he could get in trouble.
In trouble.
Yeah, he's always been that
Dude
way.
sold their house from underneath you.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know how
know.
that's even legal.
I don't either, dude.
I need the full details, not the rough details. But I don't want to ask Timmy because he just told me to drop it when I was talking to him today.
Yeah. And I don't know. I got a big call with Timmy tomorrow, and I'll be on
But
it some of the time without Jeff. So I don't know if I should mention it to him.
land contract and the dude can sell it out from underneath you? That doesn't seem like that's legal. It had to be
Yeah.
more than that. Ruff said it was a land contract. Land contracts when we're like buying to own.
Yes, it was a land contract. I know that for sure.
Like, oh, Ruff even said it in the chat, like, oh, he's gonna pay 80K in rent over 4 years, and then normally a land contract, there's like some terms, and then when that
Is
four
it?
years is up, then you have a right to purchase, or you got to get out, or whatever.
Yeah, something like
And
that. Yep.
you don't get your money back or nothing from what you've already put into it. It's just, hey, here's a long land contract for 4 years. You owe me 20 grand a year. At the end of 4 years, you have the right to pay it
Purchase it outright.
whatever Timmy is going to charge outright for it, or you're out, and I can either, uh, Timmy as the person who wrote up the land contract has a say what goes on next. Like, hey, I'll extend the contract, or hey, it's 4 years and then you pay the balance, or I'm gonna put the house up for sale, or whatever. That's normally how they work.
The only thing I can think of.
But
Um,
I don't know how you would have any leverage that he could sell it unless he weaseled Tim into like giving him the title or something,
yeah, something had to happen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
like
Oaks,
early or something before.
Oaks.
Like
Yeah,
he probably
Oaks.
told him, "Oh, I'll buy it for sure. We're up to 4 years, and I get the
Yeah,
title because I need." Probably just made up some shit like I need it for a mortgage, or you know what I mean? Like I need it to be the primary homeowner. You know what I mean? Like there was something.
no, that's 100. That's what I was gonna get to. It's 100% fact that's what happened because that's why Timmy's saying. I can almost guarantee you that's the other thing I was gonna say is why Timmy's saying, "Oh, just drop it, just let it go." Timmy did something really fucking stupid to get it to where you know what I mean. Like one of those things where you're like, "Fuck, man, why did I do that?" Like that's what it had to have been. He had to have signed the deed over to
Yeah.
Oaks prematurely, or you know, and then
And then
Oaks
he was
just
gonna buy it because he was a
yeah,
fan.
yeah, yep, yep. Timmy's kindness got yep. But
And then
uh,
Oaks will probably going around telling people that dispute it, they'll be like, "Yeah, I paid him for it when he paid him 10 grand,"
yeah, Oaks
because
I
he
don't even
probably
think
paid
paid
him
him that.
something like Ruff said he paid him 25 and sold the house for 150, but he doesn't know the details. That sounds about right, because that's what a weasel will do, right? So,
Yeah.
oh, I paid him for it. Oh, I paid him like 1/5.
See, yeah, that wouldn't sit with me. Oaks would
Yeah.
be Oaks would be. I don't care what I had going on. Well, actually, you know what? Since I do have Kennedy, it would be maybe a little bit different. But if I didn't have Kennedy, um, that's the other thing too. I can tell you that's probably why Timmy's like, just I'm gonna let it go because he's got kids. You know what I mean? Like if Kennedy wasn't around, Oaks would be, on the bottom of the Tittabawassee River. He'd be
Yeah, man, I don't
enjoying
know if I could let that slide.
he'd be enjoying his house over. He'd be enjoying his money from his from him ripping me off at the bottom. I'd throw him off to Milwaukee. I'm not even kidding either. I'd fucking launch him off to Milwaukee.
Man,
I'd say, see ya.
but he's still friends with him. It's
No, he
dummy.
ain't, dude.
Well, I
Tim
mean,
is
he's like
not.
friends with him on Facebook.
Oh, maybe if he's friends with
Not
them on Facebook, it's because like he's trying to. I mean, he could potentially be. That's the only other thing. He could potentially be building some kind of case against him or something and using his pictures. You know, Timmy might be like, I'll get around to it later or something. You know what I mean?
hmm, I doubt it, but
That's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
unless he's scheming, I don't know.
yeah, Timmy could be. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like
I
maybe
don't think he
Timmy's.
has anything. If he like, I can't think of any other way Oaks could get away with that without unless besides having the title.
Yeah, he scammed Timmy. He ripped Timmy off. That's the only other. But Timmy doesn't want to get into it because he's embarrassed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he probably signed the title over to him,
I can
the deed, or
I can ask him tomorrow.
yeah, but he'll know it's from me. because I brought it up today. He's like, "Why are you asking that? That's a strange question."
Well,
It's because
let me
Oaks put
ask
me
you,
in our chat or whatever.
was Timmy in the
He's
group? Did you invite Timmy to the group chat?
no. Here's what happened. Like I'd have to look back at it. It just happened today, so I should remember, but I can't.
Well,
It
try to
was just like,
remember so I can.
well, it was just like Oaks came up. What did Oaks come up in our Facebook group chat, the one that we're in right now?
Yep.
His name like came up,
Like
and
you brought it up, or
I can't
Ruff
remember.
brought
And
it
then
up, or
it like triggered something in my mind to be like, uh, oh, whatever happened with him in Tim's house or something. It's like it sparked a memory, because I remember
yep.
Tim telling me that he didn't pay rent, but that's the last I knew about it. I didn't know he'd sold the house from him, and like that's when Ruff I think said it in the chat, like, yeah, he was on some land contract or shit, and he sold Timmy's house. I'm like, what? And then I immediately I messaged Timmy.
Okay,
What
so
I
I
didn't
know.
I didn't message Timmy like Oaks sold your house. I was just like, hey, did Oaks ever pay rent? Like I like leaned into the conversation.
So then I know how I'll bring it up then.
And then he's like, not much. And I'm like, did you kick him out? And he's like, yeah, a long time ago. And I'm like, what happened to the house? You saw it. I just pasted the screenshots to
Yeah,
Timmy. And
yeah, I
that's when
saw.
Timmy admitted it and said he sold it. I'm like, what? He didn't own it. But I had already known that because Ruff told me in our chat.
Okay,
But
so I
I
know what
forgot
I'll
how it
do.
came up in our chat. Like Oaks just came up and it like sparked me to remember like, hey, what happened to him in Tim's house?
I know what
For
I'll do
rent.
then. I got it because Timmy told me, right? Like, so I have knowledge of the rent situation, but I never mentioned. I said I'm gonna say, man, Timmy, we had a group chat and Ruff and Jerry were like asking about it, like they were talking to each other about it because I can go back and show them because I didn't even see the chat yet. You know what I mean? So I've had zero conversation about it, and I can be like, damn, man, I thought I was the only one that knew that. Like that's, and I'm like, man, what? And I'm gonna be like, Russ said that he sold the house on you. Like, how's that even possible? Like, did you give him? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's gonna know it's me though.
no,
Who
no, no,
cares,
because
dude? I didn't say anything negative. I was sticking up for him. I'm like,
yeah, but
I
here's
don't
the
like that.
but here's the thing though is I already know the story. You know what I mean? And I may have already known that I may have already have known that the house got sold, but I might have forgotten. You know what I mean? He might have told me that even too. But anytime Timmy tells me something like don't tell anybody, I pretty much always forget because it's nothing that's like that like benefits me in any way of telling anybody. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for me to tell anybody. Like it's just something that's like his wife did or something he did or something and he's like don't tell anybody like and I'm like why how, you know what I mean like why would I tell anybody like who cares I don't even talk to anybody you know what I mean like I don't talk on the phone like I don't call people like I remember my grandma like I go over to my grandma's house and I'd be over there for the weekend and she'd be talking to like my aunt for like 2 hours on the phone and my mom's always talking to my sister and shit. I don't do any of that shit, you know what I mean? Like this is the longest like these last couple conversations with you on this fucking chat are like the longest conversations I've ever had with anybody in the last 3 years. You know what I mean? I'm like a recluse basically. I don't, you know, I go to
Yeah,
work when I
boys.
can, and I'm looking at probably having to fucking be on long-term disability for my rest of my life, which is gonna suck.
But maybe you get some money for it. Hey, is anybody on Mutt?
Yeah, I'm on. I'll get 6,000, Jerry. 6,000 a month for it. That's fucking nothing.
Damn, that's quite a bit.
No, it isn't, dude. I make 6,000 every 2 weeks. It's fifty
So
percent
you're
of my
getting,
pay when
yeah,
I
that's
go to
better
work.
than,
It's better than nothing. Yes, it's better than half
that's way
half of the
decent.
people in the Bay City.
Yeah, 3/4. 6 grand a month, 72 grand a year to get disability and not work.
Yeah,
Then
I
you can
hate
work
that.
at peak rehab, make another 100K there.
Yeah, I'm trying, but problem is like I've noticed that it's pretty saturated out here. I think Arizona's a lot. You know what I mean? Like you're asking about those companies, like there's definitely what the hell? How did that guy catch that? There's definitely that's garbage, bro. Oh, he doesn't have any timeouts. There's definitely more companies out here that are doing it that are in Michigan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I went into a place last week, and the lady was like, "Get the fuck out of here! I'll call the cops." But
Yeah.
problem is I've got this injury, dude. It's so bad that
Camila. Her name was
Camila.
Camila.
Yep,
Is that what you said?
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, Camila.
Camila. What was her last name? Camila.
I don't even know. I see her married name though.
Yeah, she was pretty hot. Camila. Yeah, she had like she was always tan. She to me, I'm guessing she probably blew up. She's probably fucking 300 pounds. That'd be my bet.
She don't look fat at all.
No,
I mean, average, I guess. I don't know. Oh
Camila.
yeah, I know why, because she was friends with
Julie.
the Plitney or whatever, wasn't she?
Probably. Yeah, Katie's a
Kayla's,
Clinton. Yeah.
yeah, Kayla.
You were always trying to flirt with her though, and it would make Oaks mad. Oaks dated her for like Oaks dated her for like 5 years. I can't believe you don't remember that.
They didn't date for that long, did they?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Oaks had a hold on her.
Oh damn, that's pretty good. And she realized he was a weasel or what?
Who knows? But I do know one thing that's pretty cool that I should probably tell Oaks. I don't know if he's still with Courtney or not, but I knew a couple dudes that were railing Courtney. Well, they were together like 5 years ago.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Damn,
yeah.
that's weird.
I was at a party with Audrey Cram. Like I don't even know if you'd want to call it a party. It was like um. Well, you remember Rebecca? And I was talking to Rebecca a little bit.
Rebecca who?
Um, she's changed her name so many times. Her name was Rebecca Burrell when I went to high school with her. At Western. Like we
Hmm.
were like really good friends, and she became like I don't know. She got married, and then she changed her name, and she changed her name again to some other name. I don't know, just for the hell of it. But she she like started talking to me. She found me on Facebook, maybe like I don't know, like 5 years ago, and she's like, "Oh, I want to come out to Arizona and visit and hang out." And like I'm like, okay, cool, like I'm thinking she was like gonna go like on a vacation just to like come out. So I'm like, oh, when you're out here, get a hold of me. And she got out here and she's like, oh yeah, I came out here for you. And I'm like, what? You don't have any friends here? So I'm like, we were like, like hanging out and stuff. We were like hanging out and stuff, and then like, she she's like, um, she just told me like she loved me since high school, and like I don't know, wanted to date me and all this shit,
She's
and I'm like,
confessing, huh?
yeah, and I'm like, all right. So then like we started hanging out. Like I'd go back to Michigan, or she'd come out here. Like we probably like went on like, oh, she went for like Kennedy's seventh birthday party. Her and I took Kennedy to Disneyland. So like we went to California. We probably hung out like I don't know. She'd come out here like every month, and I'd go back to Michigan like every like 3 months or something. And
Damn, you never got a hold of me once. Damn.
well, you never want to come out here, so I gave
No,
up
but
on
I
that
mean when
idea.
you're in Michigan.
No, I tried the one time. Um,
This is like COVID 2020, 2021.
yeah, yeah. 2021. I tried, but like you would never answer. Like I could never get a hold of you on your. See if I can remember the number. It's in my phone. 989-450-7248 maybe or whatever. Um,
Yeah, that's my number.
yeah, I could never get a hold of you. I called you a bunch.
4872.
Yeah,
82.
it's in my
What was my
phone.
number?
Nine eight nine
782.
450 4872 or 7248, one of the two. But the one time I was up there because I went to go see Brandon. Actually, I almost got myself killed. Did I ever tell you that story?
No.
Um, so I don't even know how I reached out to Brandon's mom, I think, or maybe yeah, it had to be Brandon's mom or dad or something. And I was like, hey, I'm in Grand Rapids. Like I want to drop by Brandon's, you know. I haven't talked to him or seen him. And so she gave me the address, right? So I go over there and Brandon adopted two kids, right? I don't know if you know that or not, but he's
Oh, I do know
adopted.
that.
Yeah, he adopted two kids. They were like brothers or something. And so I go over there and one of them is like maybe 18 now or something. He's probably like 18 when I go over there. He's like washing the car and shit. And I'm like, hey, man. Like, he's like startled. I just show up. It's just me. I'm like, hey, I'm Brandon's best friend from high school. And like, I'm like, oh, whatever his mom's name is, I'm like, she gave me the address and I'm just here to visit him. Where's Brandon? And he's just like, oh, he's sleeping because they just had a kid. Like him and Becca really had a kid. He's like, oh, he's inside taking a nap. And I'm like, is Becca here? And he's like, no, she's at work, whatever. And I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go in and get him. And he's like, sure. So I'm like, he just lets me in the house, right? Like he just not a care in the world, right? Like I could have just given him a story. So so I go up to he's like, I'm like, where's he gonna be? He's like, oh, he's upstairs sleeping. So I go upstairs and I'm like, Brandon, I'm making these stupid ass noises. And Brandon's like, who's out there? Who is it? And I'm like, it's your worst nightmare. Come on out. And he fucking came out with the gun, dude. And I'm like, yo, bro, it's just me, Rob. And he's like, oh, what's up? And I was like, so yeah, I stopped in. But I was like, hey, we talked to Jerry, we seen Jerry, and then I like called you up a bunch, and then I got reached out to Ruff, and Ruff gave me a picture of your house. It was like Country Estates or something. But I went over there. He gave me like the address, and I knocked and stuff, and uh,
You
nobody
knocked on my
answered.
apartment?
Yeah, yeah, it was like the Country Inn or Country Estates or I can't remember the name of it, but yes, yes, he gave me your apartment number, and
No, I've only started living here in 2022.
that's when I came. It must have been 2022 then, or it might have been 2023. It was within the last couple of years. Um, but because my mom didn't move in until last year, so because Becca, I had to tell Becca no because she's like Rob. Yeah, it was right before my mom moved in, so it had to be 2023, probably the end of 2023. Um, Becca was like, I got great news for you. And I'm like, what? She's like, I put down, I put down a deposit on her house. And I'm like, her house? She's like, yeah. And she showed me the house and where she's like a real estate agent too, like a house out here. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, she didn't even mention that to me. Like, we were going to be getting together or moving in. You know what I mean? It's all news to me. So I was like, no, no, no. I was like, no, no, we're not doing that.
And she got pissed, huh?
Yeah, yeah. She's like, "What? You just dragged me on and this, that, and the other." Like, but what my problem was that she had two kids in Michigan, and she was just gonna, or yeah, three kids in Michigan, and she was just gonna leave them with their father to be with me. And I'm like, "What?" Like, I didn't sit well with me. That was the main reason why
You're just gonna move out there?
she was gonna move here. Yeah, she had a house. I wasn't moving there. She was moving out here.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
that
and
was her
and
plan.
that was
To
her
leave her
plan.
kids there.
Yeah, yeah. She's like, "Oh, they'll be fine. They can come visit." Like, and I'm like, "What? Your one kid's like 13. Like I would never leave Kennedy. You know what I mean?
What'd she say? Well, I want to live out here.
Yeah. She's like, well, I want to come to Arizona anyways, and Liam doesn't want to come, and he wants to be. And I'm like, no. I'm like, that ain't true. You know what I mean? Like I didn't buy that for a second. I knew she was, she was just, I don't know. So that just made me. I was like, ah, this bitch is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was out in Grand Rapids, and then I was out in like you were like kind of over in that area. So I got your address, and I
No,
called
no,
you,
dude.
and
I live on the east side of the state, dude. It's in Ann Arbor.
is that
You ain't anywhere near Grand Rapids.
No, I know, but it was I'm trying to think. Then I know I came to that
You have
place
to
though, the Country
you have to
Estates.
come you have to come 3 hours across the state, 2.5 hours.
I got your address though. Is it how
Oh, you
far is
got
it from the Detroit airport? Is it an
Grand
hour?
Rapids? Yeah, probably an
Okay,
hour, 45
and
minutes.
then I must have been going back to the airport. It was like the Country Estates or something. That's where I went. I know that
Country Meadows is where I live.
Country Meadows, yeah. And I think the address was like, if I remember right, it was like seven something, 703 or something was your apartment. I don't remember.
103 or
103,
303, building
something
100.
three. Yeah, something three. I know it was something three. Oh boy, he's going for two.
Fuck.
Do I just go after him? Do I just go after him here, Jerry?
Doing something quick out. Damn. Quick out to the left or running back out of the backfield.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Now he's gonna have to onside kick it. Young Metro. Rookie move. Um. Oh, he's kicking off. Wow. He says wow. Defense is gonna get a stop. He says. Hasn't even stopped me once.
Maybe I should take it serious to work for Tim. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's making a ton of money. But don't tell him. I told you that.
I won't, but
Because he'll get mad. He'll probably want to kill me, but doesn't want to kill Oaks.
yeah, I don't get that. God damn, he
Part of me.
probably still hangs out with them.
No, I know he doesn't do that. Dude, he's got such a temper. It befuddles me. Like it just befuddles me
What? What
that he
does?
doesn't that he's just so calm about losing, 100K from somebody who he thought was his friend.
Yeah,
Like
well, yeah.
I would beat fucking Oaks into the ground, you know what I mean? But
Oh
like
shit!
but what I wonder is how did Oaks pick Timmy to do that too? Like what does he know? You know what I mean? Like does he know Timmy's nothing, like not gonna do anything?
He must have, or does Oaks even think, dude? He probably. I don't even think he thinks.
I mean he might not, but he would
Needed
never.
somewhere to live, dude, and went to one of his friends, and Tim said, "Yeah, move into this place." I don't know how it happened. I would have never rented the place to him.
Me neither.
Like, even if he was homeless, I'd be like, "Ah, shit, go, go, go to the shelter."
Man, he would never do that shit to me though. I don't think. You know what I mean?
I
I
mean,
don't think he would ever do that shit to
zero
me.
chance that I'd ever lock in any negotiations with that guy, with any of my properties or anything big.
Dude, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna make a couple of um Yelp accounts or some fake Yelp accounts and just start blasting them. Not about Timmy's property, just about this guy's a rip. My mom mentioned something to
That's
him.
what I was thinking. Just go,
Yeah,
just
let's
rip
do
his
it.
business.
I'll
Or
I'll
I'll start calling him as Alejandro, asking him about that address on that road.
yeah.
Be like, I'm really interested. Then
My
he'll know
mom
though.
my
Then he'll
mom
start.
well like about 6 months ago, my mom was like, "Hey, Aunt Colleen's gonna sell her house. Like, what's Oaks' number? She, like we could use Oaks." And I'm like, "No, he's a fucking scam artist. Like, we're not using Oaks." And I steered her far away from Oaks.
Yeah, obviously.
She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, Ma, I'm not. I'm like, I'm too old to want to go kill somebody. So let's not, you know." That's one thing I'm happy about. I can look back on and be happy that nobody ripped me off because I would have had to kill them. I'd have had to beat them an inch from their life, and I probably would have gotten in trouble.
But are Clay and Oaks still beefing or what?
Yeah, they hate each other.
I
I'm
think they used
starting.
to. Didn't they used to be like Team Mr. Make It Happen or something?
Yeah, and and now Clay posted something the other day. He's like, "I'm the real Mister Make It Happen" or
Yeah, I
whatever.
saw that.
Yeah,
So I'm wondering if they're still feuding.
I hope so. Is Clay the better one? Is Clay actually the better one, or is he just ripping people off too?
Who knows, dude? How in this market can you be making all those sales?
It's a great question. I mean,
Nobody's buying houses like worst market in 100 years, and he's like selling 4 million with the houses in the Tri Cities. I Something smells kind of fishy. I don't know.
well, oh my God, that's a terrible play. Oaks is probably, I don't know. I mean, they both probably are ripping people off, but we got to make after this game, man. We got to make accounts and just hammer
But
the
the thing
business.
is, like, is that 4 million in his lifetime? Hasn't he been doing it for 20 years?
No, it's probably so when they post those numbers, 4 million is going to be like the house, like what the houses they sold for, not what they made.
Oh, I
So
know
like,
that, but I mean, like, what's the time duration?
uh, it's very likely that he sold $4 million worth of houses in a year. I mean, that's 16 houses. That's dude. When I was selling houses in Detroit, out here in Arizona in my underwear, I probably sold 4 million the one year.
And what do they make? Like 4%?
Yeah, 3%.
We made 100 grand.
Yeah, yeah, and maybe even less. Like sometimes,
Yeah, you
like
get closing fees. It depends on how the deal goes down.
yeah, I mean they should get 3%, but like sometimes um, you can say like, hey, how about we split the 3%? I'll go with you if you're willing to take 1.5%. Depending on how much
Or
knowledge you
like,
have.
or like sometimes the seller, the homeowner, will like do all the closing fees and stuff for the
Yeah,
bank, and the two
yeah,
parties agree, and then the real estate agent doesn't make as much.
they pay the. Yeah, it all depends. I mean, I was under contract to buy a house out here, and I really wished I would have, but it's right when Kennedy's mom acted up. But I was representing myself, and um, so I ended up getting a deal because I took what a real estate agent would make, the 3%, and I just put it into the sale of the property. It was like a $300,000 house, three and a quarter. It was 3,100 square feet. It was out in Maricopa though, like which is like an undeveloped area. So I think it was like three and a quarter. And then when I went and looked it up recently, it sold for like 1.6. I was gonna buy it in 2018.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
happy about that, huh?
they were real happy. Yeah, but I
Damn,
had to.
makes you want to beat Oaks even more, huh?
Oh, I'd love to. I'd love to just grab him. I'd love to hit him with one punch and then crack him over the head with his cane.
Damn, our only chance was at that wedding.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
just
even.
like just ignored him. Like he said something, I said, "Yeah, I'll come talk to you later. Hang tight."
Did I know about it? Did I actually know about it? I don't remember because if
I
I
think we both didn't know about it.
because it was
I,
either it
it
either
would have
went
it would have crossed my mind.
it either went what so it could have went this way though too, where we saw him and I was like if I go over there I'm gonna want to hit him, so let's just stay over here.
He was sitting right behind us though.
Yeah, I know. He was facing the window. Now I remember.
He said something about like, "Oh, you're living good" or something. I can tell by your hair. I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh, he said something to you?
yeah."
Yeah, he didn't even
I was
say
like,
anything to me.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll come talk to you. Don't worry." And I never did. But I
Yeah,
can't
either.
remember if at that point because that was like September 2022. It was the fall of 2022, Bob's wedding.
Yeah, I can't remember
I
either.
can't
Like
remember if I knew at that point if Tim told me. It might have happened after that.
either I had no clue and just had no interest in talking to him because I thought he was a bitch, or uh, I was so mad I didn't want to go say anything to him.
Because you told me something like, uh, what were you telling me about at the wedding? Like, Julie's husband wanted to beat your ass or
Yeah,
something?
he did. Yeah, yeah, he did.
For I don't know what. I can't remember. I'll
I
ignore
uh,
that.
I can tell you. I can tell you what happened. Um,
I didn't even see them there. They weren't even there.
I
What
saw
did you
him
tell me?
there. Yeah, they were there. Um, so I saw him on Facebook, and I was like, I was actually being serious too. I wasn't trying to be funny. I was like, oh man, I was like, because it was like right around Father's Day, I think. Like she was wishing him a happy Father's Day because he had kids or something. And I was like, oh man, your father, the legend. I finally get to meet him, or something. And I was being serious, but you know how I'm sarcastic on shit. But I didn't think it was their boyfriend or anything,
Yeah.
or whatever, and he like got really offended like on the post. He's like, "Oh, you bitch, say that to my face or something," you know. And he was he was it was at Bob's wedding. He was like in the basement, like at the bottom part, you know.
Yeah.
And like he came over to me. Julie was like, "Oh," you know, he was like, "Yeah, Julie said you were the one that was talking shit on Facebook," and I was like, what, you know? And he's like, "Yeah, you're a punk or something." He's a pretty big guy, you know.
Yeah.
And man, I was like, I thought you were her dad, dog. Like, and he's like, "Fuck you," you know. And I'm like, man, my bad, dog. Like, I just thought you were her dad, dude. Like, you look like you'd be a good dad. I said something like that, something stupid. Waiting, and I just backed up. I was just waiting for him to fire on me, and he was just like, just walked away.
That happened at the wedding
Yeah, he's
before I
downstairs.
got there.
I don't know what time it happened, but they didn't stay around long, though. Was it?
Oh, it must have
No,
happened before I got there
no, no,
then.
no. This was this was at no, this was at. I'm sorry. This was at Jay Wright's wedding. Wasn't at Bob's
Okay.
wedding.
Gotcha.
Now I
Gotcha.
remember. Now I remember because I went to Jay Wright's wedding too, and like there was he was like downstairs. Did they have a? I think it was at the same place, but they got
I
like
don't know. I
they
didn't
got
go to
married
those
outside or
weddings.
whatever. But anyways, yes, he came up to me though, and
Did he really?
he got in my. He's like, I didn't know at first. I was like, he looked like Mark Goldberg, you know. I was like, at first I didn't think anything about it, you know, because it was just one of those things where I was just on Facebook. It probably happened like a year prior, and I was like, yeah, man, your dad's a cool guy. He's, you know, has the hottest daughter or something. You know, I said something like that, you know, and some shit that I would say on anybody's page, and I just forgot about it after that. I just was scrolling, you know, and so
Yeah.
like he didn't forget though. Like he talked some shit on the page, and then he came up to me to like punk me, and I was just like, you know, I'm not trying to call, you know, I got a kid now and stuff, so you know, I'm just like, hey man, you know, I just thought you were a dad because that's what I really thought, you know. And I'm like, I didn't mean to, you know, I didn't mean to offend you, you know.
Hmm.
And he said something, and then I said something smart to him, and then he just kind of walked off.
Damn,
So
I wish I would have been there for that.
yeah, he was
He was
trying to
just like,
intimidate.
man, I really thought you were a dad, man. I
Yeah,
wasn't trying to
yeah,
be mean.
yeah. I took a step back and I said something funny to
Because
him, and then
that's what I would have thought too when I
yeah,
first saw
yeah,
it.
that's all I thought because I never seen the guy, you know, and I didn't know she had a boyfriend or was, you know what I mean? Like
Was 25 years older than her.
she never posted like pictures of them going on vacation or tagging them. All of a sudden, she just
Hmm.
on Father's Day was like, yeah, this is the best father or something, you know. So I was like, all right, you know, that's her dad, you know. I
Yeah.
never seen what Mike Lab's
Damn.
dad looked like, so
Damn, I can't believe he came up to you.
yeah, he tried to punk
Was
me, dude.
anybody around you?
Julie was like standing around the corner, like she pointed me out, you know, and there was a couple people passing by, like it was like downstairs, and like there's like in those old wedding venues, there's like there could be spots where like nobody's at, you know what I mean? And that's where we were at. We were like around the corner by a coat hanger, like one of those old coat hanger things, and it was
Damn,
just
he
him.
really wanted you bad, huh?
Yeah, it was just him and I, and he was just like, he's like, man, you know, and I'm like, you know, I wasn't like, fuck you, dude, or whatever. Like he was swearing at me. I was like, hey, dog, I'm sorry, you know, like I said something to him though. I'm like, you know, at least you're a good dad, man. I respect that or something. You know, I said some shit to him, waiting for him to come at me, you know, but he never did though. I backed up though, you know how people get in your face, you know, like
Yeah.
he got right up in my face, and I don't like that, you know, like because I don't have the greatest grappling skills. I don't want to get into a grappling war with anybody, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just backed up, and you know, I apologized to him. I was being sincere, like I wasn't really trying to, you know, and then he kind of like said some more shit, and I was just like I took a couple steps back waiting, you know, so if he lunged at me, I could just sidestep him and drill him, you know. And I just was like, "Hey man, like, you know, like my apologies. I didn't mean anything by it, but man, it looks like you're a good dad, you know, so that's a good thing." And he just was like, he just like grunted kind of and walked off. I was like, all right, you know.
Damn. And then Julie defriended you.
And then Julie defriended me. Yeah.
Yeah, she defriended me instantly when and I hadn't talked to her in 20 years. Once she
Yeah, and
started
we
dating that guy, I think.
and we bought those all those coats for those kids. I know I gave her like
Yeah,
a couple $100. We were
yeah, I gave her more than that.
yeah, I
We were
gave her a
buying like
couple hundred.
Patagonia jackets
Yeah,
and
you were
stuff.
buying the good shit. I was just buying I bought like five $40 jackets or something.
We probably spent the same because I bought like two $200 jackets, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just trying to, you know, and then she defriended us because well,
Well,
all right.
she defriended me as soon as she started dating that guy.
Yeah, she did.
Like I was gonna bring up some some damning evidence from the past or something. I haven't talked to her in like 25 years.
Yeah, and then that guy died. Did you see that?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Terry. He probably had a lot of money. She probably just married him for that. You know, he had a heart attack or something, dude. What if, how crazy would this be, man? Like, what if, what if she poisoned him slowly or something? You know what I mean? To cause him to have a heart attack to get all of his money.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the guy, you know, have no idea. But I just seen like on his Facebook or whatever that he was like pharmaceutical sales forever,
Yeah,
or
he was
like
like a,
maybe I saw his LinkedIn, so he's probably making 200K a year, you know,
yeah,
screwing people in pharmaceuticals for
he
like 30
probably,
years. He probably had like a couple million saved up.
and he probably had life insurance plan. I bet it was in Julie's name. Julie probably, what if that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah, who knows? She had a kid with him though.
No, she didn't, did she?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
What?
look on her Instagram or whatever, because you can like look at shit on there if you're not the person's friend on like Facebook.
Oh shit, I'll have to look. Do you
Like
know that sh
I don't think you're like excluded from any of their posts. Like I just look at her I think it's Julie Grimes or whatever that guy's last
yeah,
name
Julie
is.
Grimes. Do you know that she came out to Arizona and we hung out like a couple of years before she met Terry?
No. Or yeah,
Yeah,
maybe you told me. Yeah, you told me.
we hung out the whole night, dude. Me, her, and her boyfriend and a couple other people. Like she was super nice to me, and then all of a sudden she marries 70-year-old Terry Grimes, and yeah, he wanted to kill me. Let me see, but
Yeah, you did tell me that she was dating somebody before that guy
yeah,
when she came.
Martin Schmidt. You probably know him. He's like, I think he went to Central. I think he was like a couple years older than us.
Yeah,
Um,
I think you said that I should, but and you were trying to describe him to me, and I'm like, I never heard of this fucking guy in my life.
Julie Grimes.
Let's see. I'll get her name because I can
There,
so
it's Lavender Jules.
okay, yeah.
She's got, she's a mental health advocate and a girl mommy. Damn, did she remarry?
There's her kid right there.
I don't even.
Teddy. That's her kid, Teddy. Her daughter.
Yeah, I don't.
She
Are you
has.
sending me a photo?
Well, look at her most recent picture and
It doesn't. It's
uh.
like I'm blocked. It doesn't have me. Like I can't see anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it just says
Well,
like,
her heavenly wedding anniversary. This was on October 10th, so 10 days ago. Blah 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 blah. 2 years dating, 4 years married. My biggest dream being Teddy. Tara made me a mother, and I see his smile in hers. That's her and Terry's kid.
oh damn,
Terry
Terry.
knocked her up.
Damn man, I didn't. Damn.
He's looking old in some of these photos,
Well, he
guys.
was. He was my. He was older than my dad. Like I remember looking him up. He was two
You keep
years older
telling
than
me
my
that,
dad.
but he wasn't older than your dad. Your
Yes, he
dad was
was.
the same age as my dad, who's 70 right now.
No, my dad was born in 1963.
Your dad would be 62
Yeah.
this year. You
Correct.
think you
Terry,
think Tara you think Tara would have been 62 this year?
he was born in 61. I looked him up.
And Julie's what, 38,
Yeah.
39? She's 2 or 3 years younger than us.
Yeah, he would have. I looked him up. He's like October. His birthday is in October of. So when I go to Lavender, when I go to Julie Grimes's page, it just says, "Oh, I can hit follow." Let me see if it allows me to follow her. She's followed by STS Bumpin, Audrey Cram, and 24 other people. I know, man, this SGS Bumpin guy, he's all over the place. Is that you?
No. Oh yeah, it is.
Oh,
STS
I thought you
STS
had a
bump.
different name. Like
No.
I just pulled your picture up. It's like got a green shirt on. You're with that one guy, Clint. Yeah, I requested her. Her account's private. I can't just see her stuff. Damn,
Oh shoot.
she is, she must have just forgot that you were still. Maybe it's because you're SGS bumping. She doesn't know, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I never did anything to her, so that's.
I didn't either, dog. I just, I
Well,
just,
well, you told her that her husband was her dad, so
I
then
just
she
was,
got upset by it, even if you didn't mean anything, even if it was
yeah,
innocent. I did absolutely nothing.
dude. That's the funny part about stuff, man. Like I'll be at work talking all kinds of shit to people, and then I'll do something innocent, and I'll get in trouble for it. Like, so you want to hear a crazy story about this girl that I used to be friends with? Um, she's like a pit boss at my work. So you know how the people that just walk around in the back with the suit on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you know this about me, but I do a lot of genealogy work in my spare time, like trying to find the roots of my family. You know,
Oh
like
God, you've lost it then.
I've been doing that for years. I got pictures of I got pictures of my great great grandfather from the Civil War. Like I got his tintype. You know.
Damn, you've
Um,
lost it.
Nah, I've just always been interested in that stuff. So, anyways, I got my 23andMe, and I see her last name um on my family tree, like as a fourth
Who?
cousin. This girl at my work,
Okay.
and I was always pretty cool with her. Like we'd always just have small talk, like, "Hey, how you doing? You know, what's up?" And so, um, I see her last name on my tree, and I'm like, man, like she's got a very uncommon last name. I can't remember what it is because I don't even fuck with her anymore. Let me think. I could go look at my tree, but I got like 2,000 people on there, and they were like fourth cousins. Um, God, what's her name? What's her name? I can't even think of her first name. I still work with her, but I don't say a goddamn word to her. It'll come to me. But so she's like walking around behind me, and I say, "Hey, do you got any family from New York? You know, because your last name's on my family tree. You know." And she didn't respond. Okay, so like I forgot about it. You know, work got busy. Then like a couple weeks later, I get a call from human resources from my work. You know, employee relations, and uh, the lady goes, it's a Native American lady, and she's like, "Hey, we got a call that you were harassing, or you were what you call it, racially intimidating somebody at work, you know?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about, you know," because I had no fucking idea. And ethnically intimidating somebody, and I'm like, "Ethnically intimidating somebody? What are you talking about?" And um, I'm like, the HR lady's like, yeah, you know, like we're doing an investigation on it. I'm like, ma'am, I can't help you. I got no clue what you're talking about. Like, you're just gonna have to investigate because I got no idea what she's like, okay. She's like, I'll refresh your memory, you know. And she's like, whatever that girl's name is, we'll just say Julie Lavender, okay. Well, the lady goes, well, I'm just gonna tell you, Julie Lavender, is the one that called, and I'm like, and you were asking about her family or something, and I'm like, no, 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 no. Let me tell you what happened. I said, I got this. I'm doing this 23andMe. I've been doing this family tree. I saw her last name on my tree. So I asked her if she was from New York when she was in the pit. She didn't say anything. And I'm like, look, let me email you right now, you know. And I'm like, what's your email? So I emailed her because I had it up on my computer, you know. I'd been messing around with it that week. So it was like still up, you know. And I'm like, let me send it to you. Let me send you a copy. And I showed her, you know. And I'm like, see the last name. It's her last name. I just asked her, and I'm like, what did she tell you I did? And she goes, well, she said you did the same thing. What your stories are the same. I said, well, okay, well, what's the problem here? She's like, well, I guess it's really not intimidating her, but I guess it's probably not just appropriate to talk to her, like, talk about that stuff at work. And I'm like, why? I just asked her a question. She had family from New York. Like, how is that? And she's like, well, I'll just keep it professional with her from here on out. And I'm like, I'm just never going to say another word to her again. And I haven't, and that was probably like 6 years ago. But like, who the fuck would, if I asked you a question like that at work, Cherry, how could you possibly get in your car and be like, oh my God, I'm so mad right now. I'm gonna call HR. Then you call HR like who the fuck would do that? Like you must be really having like real bad problems in your life. Like if somebody asked me, even if I didn't like that, if you asked me a question about my family, I would jump when I got out of work. I'd be like, man, I'm not gonna spend 30 seconds calling anybody and complaining about them. You know what I mean? Like what the fuck is that?
Damn, that guy just quit?
Yeah, he did. I'm gonna go piss real quick. I'll be right back. Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, I'm beating people's asses. Oh, I know her name. I remember her name. Her name is Jamie Giswald. So I'm trying to get this candy. See the candy up in the left hand corner? I got 14,000 candies.
Wait a second. It's 1961,
Yeah, that's
and
that's
he
that's
died last year.
yep.
39 and 25, 64. He was 63. Damn, he was
Yeah,
63 last year. He died last year, right? Or was it the year before?
probably the year before. Look him up. I'll look him up.
I just see him on Facebook. Doesn't have his exact birthday.
Yeah, but his obituary will.
So
Just
wait a
put,
second. If he was 63 last year, and she was probably 38 last year,
dude, he's older than my dad, bro. I'm telling you.
so they're 25 years apart.
Let me see here. Terry Grimes.
Oh shit! Fuck, that's fucking wild.
Obituary. Terry Lee Grimes. Oh, he just died. He just died, bro. This year.
No, not
Oh,
this
my
year.
bad. No, he did. January 2nd, 2025. I'm looking right at his face, dude. I'm looking at the
Oh,
guy that tried to punk
66,
me.
66.
Yeah, I was wrong. Never mind. I thought it was 50. Okay. He was 3 years younger than my dad. My apologies.
So 30, 34, 59.
If he was born in 66 and Julie was born in what, 88, we'll say?
Yeah,
No, 86. That's 30 years. 20 years. 20 years.
20. Yeah, because he's like 59 this year, or he would have been 59.
Damn. I mean, he's not a bad looking old guy, though. He wasn't. R.I.P.
59, and she was 39. Yeah, so 20 years.
Terry's biggest passion.
The
How did he even
question
meet?
is, did she marry him for money?
She might have
Had to
killed him,
have.
bro. She might have killed him.
Seems logical, right?
No, I'm being serious. She could have killed him. Man, I should start calling the Fenton police.
I guess I got suspicion.
Yeah, I got suspicion. My name is Tommy
Just
Grimes. Call from burner phone.
just a
I'm
year
out
earlier,
here.
she was dating somebody her age, saying she would never date an older man.
Yeah, I got knowledge that she poisoned him because he had a heart attack, right?
Yeah.
She'd been poisoning him with, and I'll just make something up, glycoglycothol.
I
I overheard
I
her
heard,
talking.
and I heard it from the Hollisters in Bay City.
Yes, yeah, I heard it
But
from Oaks Hollister.
secondhand conversation though.
Oaks was talking, I think, to Clay. I don't know. One's fat and one's kind of fat.
They're both whales though.
Dude, Oaks looks like a cartoon character in those photos. He's like Cartman's brother or something.
Yeah, how did he get so big? I knew Clay got big, but then I look at him, I'm like, how the fuck? He look. I thought that was Clay.
Yeah, so did I. A few times I'd posted under his. If you look at some of his old comments when he started getting fat, I'm like, dog, why are you posting photos of Clay? You know, and then
Yeah.
he just wouldn't say anything. That's kind of funny, dude. I'm the one person those Oaks is afraid of. Seems like.
I invited him into the chat, and Ruff immediately deleted all of his messages. They was talking shit about him right before that.
Yeah, why is Ruff a pussy like that? Why is he afraid of everything?
Well, I don't know. Maybe Ruff doesn't want him knowing that because he runs a business, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Ruff's a bitch
Like,
though.
cause then Oaks would go around and probably post that shit, be like, Ruff Dental, look what he's doing. He's talking shit about me on Facebook.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I really can't blame Ruff for that. I started thinking about it. But like me, I don't care. He can post anything he wants about me.
Yeah, me
Cause
too.
I was saying shit like, oh, anybody friends with that scumsack Oaks Holler? And then I invited him into the chat immediately after. It
Should we make
caught Ruff off guard. He deleted all his messages instantly. If you scroll back up there, you can see it. Deleted, deleted, deleted. I don't know if you as a
I
member of that
might
group can see that if you didn't see
no,
the
I
original
think I
post.
can. I think I can.
Like
Um
7 messages because Ruff was talking shit too.
maybe I got a burner account. Uh Donnie Graham or something. Maybe I'll make a chat with Oaks and be like, wow, Oaks is a rat.
I wanted him to stay in there. He saw one of my messages. I seen like his logo by it, you know, his face.
Yeah.
That he seen it, but it was like 30 messages after I said all that shit about him. And we had a bunch of other messages, so I don't know if he scrolled up and saw those ones. But I defriended him, so he probably won't know though.
Oh, he might. Yeah, he's a rat. Man, we gotta fuck with him, I think. I think we gotta when I get off the call here, I think I gotta get on my old burner account. I only have one burner account. I know there was like another account everybody thought was me, but it wasn't me. I don't know who it was. We invited him in. It was like a black guy, Jamal or something. There's just some random guy. I invited a couple random guys. No, one of them wouldn't talk, but the other one would. I should do that
Ruff,
again.
yeah, Ruff deleted all those messages. I don't know.
Do you have a burner account still or no? Tom Jefferson? Can you get into
No,
that?
I can't get into it because it's some old Yahoo email I don't have.
Fuck.
I think recently in like the last couple of months it said uh, Tom Jefferson's going to be
Dead or
discontinued or
something.
whatever
Yeah.
because he hasn't logged in 8, 9 years or something.
Yeah.
It's because
R.I.P.
it's an old Yahoo email that I don't remember what it is.
Maybe I can resurrect it by putting on there like Rip Tom Jefferson, and then I could turn it into a remembering Tom page.
but but I think like I listed my email, my Gmail address, the one that I use now, is like the secondary when I created that account, that Facebook account. So I got like a message like Tom Jefferson's inactive. We're gonna close his account. I think Tom's dead, dude.
Oh no, man! R.I.P. Tom, dude, I could get a chat going. Scammers of Bay City, and have have Graham invite people. I'll invite like you, and I'll invite like some other scammers potentially that are in Bay City.
Oh yeah,
There's this
that'd be
page,
nice.
Bay City complaints. I'll invite like there's just one guy, Steve Cody. He complains about everything. Be like, beware of what's his?
I think Ruff just does it like Timmy, like he's afraid that like Oaks would say something about his business, you know? Like he'd
Mhm.
start going like, "Oh, look, Dan Ruff, professional dentist, is calling me a fucking scum rat." You know what I mean? Because that's what Oaks would do, I think.
You think he would? You think he would actually do that?
And then if he did that, and I was one of those guys, I'd light his house on fire.
I wonder where he's at nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know
Well, what the
either.
hell just happened? You watching still?
Yeah.
You see what just happened?
Oh yeah, boys. A blocked field goal.
Yeah, I don't. The guy like kicked it off my guy. Like my guys were like, they didn't even realize the field goal was being kicked. I don't think he just ran into it. Man, I wanna do Oaks like they did Lonnie Houston. Remember how they did Lonnie Houston?
Who did that? Who did what?
Some white kids.
What'd they do?
Remember Lonnie Houston, that bully?
Lonnie Houston.
Yeah,
No.
he was a black kid. He was a fucking bully. He was a bitch, dude. I punched him at. He went to Handy's for a little while before he got expelled. He was fucking with Mike Bennett in the stairwell, and I punched him straight in the face. He was a rat. Or was it Lonnie
Sure.
Taylor? Lonnie Taylor. My apologies. Lonnie Taylor.
Lonnie Taylor?
It was one of them. Lonnie Houston? No, it was Lonnie Houston. Look up Lonnie Houston's obituary right now. Bay
What,
City,
the one
Lonnie
who killed
Houston.
him or what?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What'd they do to him?
You'd have to read it. I think it says it in there. Look him up. I'm going to look him up right now, too. On my computer. I think it's Lonnie Houston.
Oh, Bay City defendant. Final defense charged with 2011 slaying of Bay City's Lonnie Houston.
I hated that guy. Oh,
I do remember that name, sounds familiar.
he was a big bully. He was a bitch. He did not go to Delta College, bro. He dropped out in like ninth grade. I think he might have went to Central for a week. He did not accept Christ at an early age, man. Who lies? I don't know why people can't be real on obituaries. You know what I mean?
Both men testified that they and Ashley had been using cocaine supplied to them by Houston. Houston fronted Ashley the cocaine, which Ashley is supposed to sell. Rouse and Vaughn testified when the trio of friends wound up using more of the drug than Ashley sold. Ashley feared Houston would harm him. The two men testified. Ashley, who also testified in his trial, said he bought a 22 caliber pistol from a Cawcolin Township teen on November 13th, then test fired it before rendezvousing with Houston. After
Yep.
killing Houston, Ashley reconvened with his friends at the gas station. Three men then moved Houston's body and the Cadillac to the banks of the Saginaw River in Milwaukee Township. All three of them testified. Ashley set fire to the Cadillac in an attempt to conceal the crime. Rosen and Vaughn testified.
Oh yeah. And then if you read his obituary, it's like Lonnie liked basketball. He accepted Christ at an early age. He was always at church. He was a graduate of Central and Delta. Man, he did not graduate at either of those schools.
Damn, let me read his obituary.
He was in jail he was probably in jail senior year.
The kind person who loved everyone.
Yeah, he loved everybody. He was stuffing everybody in lockers. He was just beating the dog shit out of Mike Bennett. Didn't love anybody, bro. He was a fucking devil. I can't believe you don't
Yeah,
remember that guy.
yeah, I think I do remember him, but I don't ever remember interacting with him.
You know how like you would get remember like at Handy the lunch like you would like you could pick your lunch or whatever and then you sit down with your white tray.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that.
The white styrofoam tray with your milk and
Just,
shit. Did he?
just kidding. I don't remember it at all. But it
What?
sounds nice. It sounds legit.
He would wait in that line. It was like a wooden line or whatever, and like wooden was like wooden. I don't know. It was like a buffet line kind of, and
Yeah,
you'd pick
yeah.
up your white styrofoam and you'd pick like what you wanted.
And you always had
Um,
to get that roll with the cheese. You gotta get
always.
that roll with the cheese all the time. If you didn't, dude, you'd get slapped,
Yeah,
right?
I think so. I don't
Or
know.
you
I
get
don't
the
remember.
nachos.
Oh yeah, you
You
had
get
to
the
get the
nachos
nachos
with
in the
the
roll. Yeah,
yeah, the roll. You dunk that roll on the cheese.
yeah, you had to. Yeah, the roll, the fluffy roll. Yeah,
Yeah.
you always had to get. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, this motherfucker would he would walk around and steal everybody's lunch, bro. He'd have like three milks, and he'd always pick on Mike Bennett. And then he'd pick on. There was a couple like retarded kids he'd pick on too, but not
Damn.
not the one that not the one. Remember Mark Doan? He would always get Mark Doan. Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would always roll up on Mark Doan and take all of his lunch, bro.
Really?
Every
Dang.
time, every time. And he was a little bit bigger than me. Like he was kind of like he was almost like at that time he was like maybe a little bit smaller than Terrell Campbell. Remember Terrell Campbell?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah. One time, one time he Mike Bennett and I were sitting at the lunch table, and he came up to Mike Bennett, and he took his milk, and Mike was like crying, like for real crying. And he was like, he's like, bitch, here's your milk back or whatever, and threw the milk back at Mike Bennett, and like the milk went splashing everywhere, and milk got on me and shit. I didn't do anything at the time though, and like he had to like I don't know, he like had to get a timeout or something. I don't know what happened, but we're going up, we're going up the we're going up the stairs. Remember the stairwells?
yeah.
We're going up the stairwells. This is probably like I don't know, seventh grade, because I don't even think he made it to eighth grade. So while we're walking up the stairwells, and I already know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Because Mike had been telling me, he was getting picked on. Mike was a bitch though. Mike Bennett, he was always a little bitch. Like he was scared of everything. And um, because his brother Benny would always fuck with him. You know what I mean? Benny would always like beat on him and shit. And Mike would be crying all the time. Like I'm like, man, why don't you stand up to your brother, man? What the fuck? He wouldn't stand up to nobody hardly though. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna position myself to where I'm behind. I'm gonna get caught right here. I think. Ah! I'm like, I'm gonna position myself to where I'm gonna be behind Mike Bennett and them in case something happens. So like, you know how like there are big stairwells, you would get up to the top of the flight and there'd be that like square area right there, that little landing area, and then
Yeah.
you would yeah. So they get to the square landing area. Lonnie pushes him from behind and grabs his shirt and like pulls it over his head and is like punching him. And I made sure I was like 4 or 5 stairs behind him, and like everybody was like afraid of Lonnie. So I come up to the side of Lonnie, dude. I just fucking drill him like once, drop his ass right on the ground. And Mike's like crying and shit. He's like, he's sitting on the stair or whatever, and I'm like, get up, bitch. And Lonnie like gets up. He's like staggering and shit though. Like he's like he can barely like he's like out. You know what I mean? He's like, and I'm like, come on, man, hit me. I'm like, let's go. Like, and then fucking I think it was Mr. Marciniak, R.I.P. Mr. Marciniak. He came and grabbed Lonnie and me, and he was like trying to separate us. And once he grabbed Lonnie, and Lonnie was like, bitch, motherfucker. Like he was trying to get tough, after he got grabbed, you know what I mean? And I was like, yeah. I was like, fuck with him again, and I'll dot you up again. Or I didn't say dot you up, but I was like, just try it again, but he never did it again. Never messed with Benny or never messed with Mike or I again. That was it. But I just hit him once, man. That was it. Just one time, just pow. He was done.
Damn.
Same shit happened with DeMarcus King, dude. He fucking he got me in a headlock one day. I was real mad, and he was like, "You're a bitch," da 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 da, and I was like, "Nah, man, I don't even want to hurt you, bro," you know. And I used to walk from Handy. I used to get in so many fights walking home, you know. And I had Benny. He was already kicked out of school, but he was Mike's older brother. He would always I'd tell him when I would be having a fight, so he could come and make sure nothing happened to me. You know what I mean? He'd come with like a bunch of older kids, like Jeff Lopez and Mark Ostrom and Rick Wildfung, and like they'd always be there. So like it would be a fair fight. You know what I mean? Whoever I had to fight, I would fight by myself. Wouldn't have to worry about nobody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd always be like, hey, you know. So they'd come like a couple of them still went to school there, but they'd come. They come and they'd be waiting to walk home, you know. So one time, um, I just told Demarcus, I was like, man, I market Demarcus King. I'm like, dude, I ain't beating your ass in school, bro. Like, I don't want to get in trouble. Like, let's walk home. And he's like, yeah, let's walk home. And I beat the living hell out of him, dude. He was probably one of the easiest fucking people I ever fought. He's like one of those people that look at the ground and swing punches, you know? They just like walk forward and look at the ground, like pretty much everybody does. He's one of those people.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some tough people out there. Don't get me wrong, but man, I've been pretty fortunate. Pretty much everyone I've ever fought, or they just like look at the ground. You know what I mean? They like do those crazy punches, you know, where they're like
Yeah.
swinging. You know those fights.
Damn,
Those
DK
people.
did that?
Yeah, he did. I mean, who knows what he's like now, but
Did he
yeah,
go
he
to
was.
prison for like for 10 years or something?
Yeah, he did for drugs and stuff.
Is he
I used
still does he still throw punches at the ground?
I have no idea. Hope not. I mean,
Or look at the
probably
ground?
he's probably got to be tougher if he went to prison. I mean, a lot of people do that. You know what I'm talking about, right? They're like afraid to get hit, so they're just like looking at the ground and they're throwing punches. I mean, that's like the worst, you know. The only
That's troublesome.
the only time you're ever going to win a fight like that is if the other person's doing the same thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you've seen it. We're like they're like looking
Yeah,
at the ground.
I've seen like Hooters fighters do that.
Yeah, like I've been really lucky. Like I just sit there calm and I wait, you know. And I'm like 5 feet away, so they come at me like that. I just take one step to the left, and you know, because it's really all about angles, you know. And once they're at the side of me and they're swinging like that, they got no hope in the world, you know. They're just sitting ducks. I've never understood that, you know.
Just do the Lomachenko step and then a left.
Yeah, like somebody attacked me. I know I told you that. Probably went to the bar and somebody told him, "Oh yeah, 12:30." So he just sat out in the employee parking lot. If I'm football field away from me, he's running at me, right? And I see him coming, and I'm like, "Oh, this can't be good." Like, what could outside of here and stuff? And I'm like, "Nah, dude. Like, I don't fight. Like, I wouldn't be saying anything, you know. Like, I'm not." He's like, "Yeah, it's because you're a bitch, you know." And because that's pretty much how I try to respond to people now. You know, I'm just like, "Nah, man. Like, you know, like people try to talk shit to me at work, me outside or something, but now I just try to de-escalate everything." So I was trying to de-escalate this guy, and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You tell my mom to get up, and now you want to backpedal, bitch. Like I'll fuck you up. Like I'm from wherever he was from, Shreveport or something." He just named some city, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, you know." Like, and so he starts charging me. He was probably younger. He was probably like 23 or 24. I don't know, maybe 26. He charges me. By the time he gets to me, dude, he's huffing and puffing. So he swings a punch at me all wobbly, but I hit him and I hit him right into a car, you know, like a parked car. And dude, he was out, dude. He was out like a light, bleeding. Like I was like really worried, dude. He was like shaking, he was like foaming. I was like, fuck. So
Like what? Did you hit him in the face?
I punched him in the cheek, dude. I barely got him. But like the thing, and I hit him with my right hand too. Like I'm ambidextrous, you know that, right? So
Hell yeah.
so he was swinging, and I like moved to the left, but I because my left hand is so fragile, I was like, man, I don't want to break my left hand. Like I already saw the first punch the guy swung, so I'm like, all right, this guy's probably not going to be a problem. So so I just basically jabbed him, right? And I caught like his jaw. But he was already going a certain way, and I was like, when I hit him, I was like behind him, on the side and behind him. So when I hit him, he immediately went down the way he was already going. But the way he was going was in the same direction of a wheel well of a car. So he face planted on the wheel well.
On the tire?
Yeah, like the tire on the wheel well. But he had to hit, like, I think he hit the plastic fender above it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It happened so fast, but he hit something pretty hard because it's like his face was bleeding, like not his jaw, like around his temple was bloody.
Hmm.
So he had hits. They're in the employee parking lot. They're in the customer. There's like six of them that just patrol. So they were already over there, like EMTs. They're like security plus EMT.
Yeah.
They're like a combo. So they were already over there. So they were like working on him and stuff. And the cool part about it is ambulance came and got him, whatever, the Salt River. They took him away and they asked me if I wanted to press charges on him. But I said, nah. Like, I said, he's already had a rough night. But he's not welcome back on the property anymore. I thought I was going to lose my job or get in trouble. That's why I was like, you know, so I was like, man, I'll let him swing first. So we always have these pre-shift meetings, and my one supervisor kept showing the video of me punching him in the meeting for like a week. He just kept showing it over and over. I was like, nah, no, no, you don't have to show that. So it's kind of funny.
What was he like? Defend yourself when you leave here?
Yeah, dude, we can defend. They went over a whole thing about it, dude. We can defend ourselves at work too. Like if somebody decides they want to attack us, like we have every right to swing back at them. Matter of fact, like about 2 months later, um, one of our supervisors went a little overboard with it. Some guy was drunk and he was like talking shit, and um, I don't even know how he got away with it, but the guy got in their supervisor's face, and the supervisor choked him and then punched him, and then grabbed him and punched him again. And the guy didn't even do anything to him, and he still got his job. He just said he felt threatened, but the guy wasn't even doing anything. He was just like yelling at him and talking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he kept his job, but he's native though, so that might have played a part of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
He
he
just
would
beat he just beat the guy in the.
are even punching him, and he just straight up choked the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, well, the guy stepped on my shoe." I'm like, I'm like, yeah, okay.
What do they say about when people are harassing you at the table when you're dealing? Like
Just
tell them
tell
to
on him, and they
leave.
move him out. They kick him out.
True.
I don't, I don't have a problem. Like I don't need to tell because they just start calling me all kinds of names and shit, and I just say some goofy shit to them, and they usually stop. Sometimes they even apologize to me.
Damn. They apologize.
I've had a few of them. Yeah, I've de-escalated every situation except the guy that attacked me in the parking lot.
No way.
Yeah, I've de-escalated every situation.
Sure.
Yep. I'm not ever trying to like, oh no, they got the best card. I'm never trying I'm never trying to fight anybody anymore, dude. Like I'm too old, man. I'm like crippled now. I can hardly walk right now, dude. I got some problem with my pelvis.
Oh, true. So maybe Oaks will give you problems. This cane.
Oaks, no. I won't get any I won't have any problems beating the hell out of Oaks with one hand tied behind my back. Last time I was at his house, when he was actually skinny and crippled, he could barely move. Now that he's um now that he looks like he's Cartman's dad, um he'll be an easy target to hit. I mean, dude, I looked at his one picture, dude. It's like he's got no neck or something. He's just like this fat walrus or something. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, how did he get so big so quick? Wasn't like 4 years ago he was skinny as a toothpick when he first moved into Tim's house?
Oh my God, dude, he was 120 pounds. I thought he was gonna die, dude. I was saying stuff to him like, "Hey, man, like," and he said like, I don't know, he couldn't. I don't remember what his excuse was, but he was just like, "Man, I can't put on any pounds." Well, he figured it out. He figured it out.
Maybe he was
Yeah,
maybe he was doing cocaine nonstop.
yeah, he could have been. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. I forgot to finish the story though. So I'm I'm dating Rebecca, and we go to this bonfire by this one girl that like she had known or something, and
In Michigan?
in Michigan, yeah. And so we go there, and then I see what the fuck? I didn't even hit that button. That ain't even the guy I was throwing to. Wow, the game cheated me. I was throwing to the guy on the other side of the field that was wide open. I hit. Wow. Okay. Um, random fucking glitch. So all of a sudden there's this guy and this girl at the fire already, right? And the guy's all cozied up to the girl. And I get to the fire, and guess who it is? Some random fat guy, not as fat as Oaks, and Courtney.
Oh, true.
And so like I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then like about a half an hour later, like I don't know, one of the guys wanted to show me like all like his car collection in his barn, the person's house that lived there. I don't even know the guy's name, but it was like Rebecca's friends. And Courtney comes into the barn and was like, "Hey, hey, do not say anything to Oaks. Whatever you do, don't say I'm here. Like you didn't see me. Like blah 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 blah. Like don't tell him. Like this will ruin me. Like I won't have anywhere to live. Like Oaks is a jerk. I don't know. Just going off and on. Like I'm like, we all stayed the night over there, and like
Where?
that girl's house. And like she would be like, I gotta go call Oaks. Like the guy knew about Oaks, but Oaks didn't know about him.
Yeah, okay. So you stayed the night at the person's house that had the
At the
bonfire?
barn. Yeah, he had a huge house. It's like I was like out in Coquitlam or something. And Courtney stayed there too.
I
He was
wonder
a
who it
young
was.
I don't know, I don't recognize him. He was a young Mock
You know,
Davy.
you know who he is now, though, right? Looking back on it.
No, no clue. But that was nice. That was nice to know. But I didn't tell Oaks. I didn't tell him. I should have, but I haven't because it ain't none of my business. I don't give a fuck. I should have blackmailed Courtney. Should have been like, Oaks is gonna know unless I had to get come out to the barn and show me a good time, or Oaks is gonna know.
But
But she was
Courtney
get
blew up, though.
she was blown up. She was in the blow up stage. So I I didn't
But
I
you
didn't
still could have blackmailed her, though.
I could have. I'm like I could have, even if I
And
didn't
then
want
get it
anything.
on, and then got it on film. And
I
now
could have.
today, this day, we could be showing Oaks. See,
Yeah, and
you win.
Oaks would be like, that's just Sora, that's AI, and I'm like, ooh, it wasn't AI at the time, I could tell you that.
Man, the thing is, it'd be nice to have that now because doesn't Courtney work at the real estate under Oaks now?
Yeah, be like,
That'd be fresh.
yeah, be like, I could tell her, I could say, hey, like these come with every closing, and I could send a video out.
Damn, then Courtney be on the streets.
Nah, she'd probably, if I sent that out, she'd probably sell 30 houses a month. People would be lined up to get houses from her.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Oaks would fire her, she wouldn't have a job.
Yeah,
So they'd put her somewhere else.
she'd have her own. It'd be the big mouth whales or something. I'm a whale and I got a big mouth. Come
Oh, the
on
stream
down.
went down.
Yeah, it says that. Poor connection quality. Broadcast only, Mike.
Damn, and he just scored too.
Yeah, he scored right away. He's got Randy Moss, a 2 million cord. Let me stop.